Oh no!
Greetings and welcome to my castle. My herald just informed me that you are searching for a royal crown. I am pleased to inform you that you have surely come to the right place. I would be honored to present a crown to you, but before you go, would you have time for a story?
Yeah!
Magnificent. To make sure you hear all of the story, you must click on your royal listening ears. Do it with me. Click. Click.
Click.
Wonderful. Now it's time to put on your special eyes. Zoop, zoop. You look royally ready. My favorite book to read for story time is the Bible, and one of my favorite people to read about is a man named Joseph. Let me hear all of you shout, Joseph!
Joseph!
Good job! Now, Joseph did not have an easy life. As a boy, his brothers were not kind to him. They didn't just hurt him or call him names, but they sold him as a slave. While Joseph was a slave in Egypt, someone told a lie about him, and he was put into jail. Does this sound like royal fun to you?
No!
Indeed not. But do you know what? Even though all of these bad things happened to him, God helped Joseph love others. God allowed Joseph to understand dreams that other people had. Once, when the king of Egypt had a strange dream, Joseph was called to help him. You see, Joseph could have been mean and mad because he had been stuck in jail for a long time, but Joseph chose to show love to the king. Joseph told him that his dream meant that in 7 years, no more food would grow. He told the king to save all the food they possibly could, so that when there was no food growing, everyone in Egypt would still have plenty to eat. Well, the king thought this was a royal idea. He knew that God was with Joseph, so he put Joseph in charge of saving all the grain and getting ready for the 7 years without food. Let's all cheer for Joseph! Wonderful! So Joseph and his men worked hard over the next 7 years. They built large barns and stored as much grain as possible. And for 7 years, everyone had enough food. But then, just as God had told the king in his dream, the food stopped growing. Joseph's family did not live in Egypt. They were hungry and they needed food. So his brothers made their way to Egypt to ask for grain. It had been a long time since the brothers had seen Joseph, and they did not know who he was. But Joseph knew who they were. He could have been mean to them since they were so unkind to him long ago. Instead, Joseph showed love to his brothers. He gave them plenty of grain to take home, and he even threw a huge feast just for them. Friends, we can learn so much from Joseph. Joseph chose to love others, even when it was hard and not so easy. God wants us to love others all the time too. Let me hear you say this after me in your most royal voices. Love.
Love.
Others.
Others.
You sounded fabulous. Thanks for taking the time to hear my story. And I almost forgot. Here's a special royal crown just for you. Farewell, friends. I hope you come back and visit again.
Hooray!
We've got time to travel.
We're gonna do what's right.
We're gonna love everybody.
And we'll always be kind.
Jesus, I will do what you say. I will obey. Jesus, I will do what you say. I will obey. I want to love, love, We're gonna love everybody.
And we'll always be kind.
Jesus, I will do what you say. I will